But we start with huge news from the world of golf as two-time major champion Dustin Johnson revealed he has resigned from the PGA Tour in order to compete in the Saudi-funded Live Tour Golf Invitational Series. The decision makes him ineligible to play in the Ryder Cup. To get more on this sensational story, let's cross live, shall we, to our reporter Jamie Weir, who's at the Centurion Golf Club, where the first event will be hosted this week. Jamie, huge developments, weren't they, in the last hour?
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. And that was really the sort of bombshell, jaw-dropping, everybody having an audible intake of breath around the room moment when Dustin Johnson announced that he was resigning his PGA Tour membership. He joined the likes of Kevin Nash, Charles Schwartzel, Brandon Grace, Sergio Garcia and Louis Oosthuizen, now 6 of them having resigned their PGA Tour membership. Such is their desire to play in this Live Golf Series. The man of the moment is right behind me on the range right now. You can just see him going through his paces here in the sunshine at Centurion Club, and it was a real moment where a lot of journalists around the room looked at each other and went, did he really just say that? Dustin Johnson giving up his PGA Tour membership. That means he won't be playing at the Travellers Championship in a couple of weeks' time, the next event on the PGA Tour, an event he won just 2 years ago. It means he won't be playing in the President's Cup later this year at Quail Hollow, and it means, as things stand, that he will not be playing in the Ryder Cup next year in Rome. Remember, he went 5-0, as they say in American parlance, playing all 5 sessions, winning all 5 matches at the Ryder Cup at Whistling Straits just a few months ago. But Zach Johnson will not have his namesake Dustin Johnson there in Rome next year as things stand. This was the moment that DJ revealed his decision to the packed press conference room.
For right now, I resigned my membership from the tour. I'm going to play here, for now, and that's the plan. But what the consequences are going to be, obviously I can't comment on how the tour is going to handle.
So that makes you ineligible for the Ryder Cup, and was that a big decision for you?
It was, but hopefully, obviously, all things are, subject to change.
That wasn't the only talking point, was it, Jamie? The 3 major winners were also asked for their thoughts on the Saudi regime and their human rights record. What did they have to say on that?
Look, this is a question that these guys know they're now going to get asked in every press conference, every time they turn up to one of these events. Probably they've been the questions that have been put to Greg Norman over the last few months as well. It's not just in golf. Anytime a boxing fight goes to Saudi Arabia, or the Formula One circus turns up in Saudi Arabia, or anytime Eddie Howe gives a press conference at Newcastle United, they get asked difficult questions about the brutal, murderous regime in Saudi Arabia. They're big boys. They expect these questions. They know they're going to come, and they don't really have much of an answer to them. The answer always seems to be, well, we're not politicians, we're sportsmen. But nowadays, sport and politics are inextricably linked, and they're going to have to accept that they're going to have to face some tough questions. And they all sort of looked at each other, didn't know who was going to speak first. Graham McDowell was eventually the one who did speak out.
I mean, listen, I mentioned it earlier, this has been incredibly polarizing. I think we all agree up here, take the Khashoggi situation, we all agreed that that was reprehensible. No one's going to argue that fact. But we're golfers, and speaking personally, I really feel like, golf's a force of good in the world. I just try to be a great role model to kids. I know what the game of golf has taught me. And I love using the game of golf as something to kind of help grow around the world. That's pretty much what we've done for the last 20 years, be role models to kids, try and use this game, like I say, as a force of good, really. So, we're not politicians. I know you guys hate that expression, but we're really not, unfortunately. And we're professional golfers. And if Saudi Arabia wanted to use the game of golf as a way for them to get to where they want to be, and they have the resources to accelerate that experience, I think we're proud to help them on that journey.
Just whilst we're talking about Graham McDowell as well, obviously he is a Ryder Cup legend as well, hold the winning putt in 2010 at Celtic Manor. He's played in 3 other Ryder Cup teams as well. He was vice-captain last year, Whistling Straits, vice-captain, that incredible win for the European team in Paris as well under Thomas Bjorn. And the likes of to Graham McDowell, Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, Sergio Garcia, Martin Keimer all playing this week. Well, there you've got 5 potential captains in the next 10 or 12 years to come, and they've potentially given up any chance of being a Ryder Cup captain as well by playing in this Live Golf Series. So that's a question that I'll be putting to some of those boys when I see them a little bit later on as well. But, you know, they spoke at the very start of the press conference today, Rob, about why they're doing this. They were asked, why are you here? And they said it's about an exciting new format which delivers something to the fans. You know, 72-hole stroke play is awfully boring to watch week in, week out, and this will be great and exciting to watch, and teams are involved. You know, I think that is a bit of an insult to the intelligence of a lot of people who are in that room. We're not stupid. We know why the majority of these guys are here, and that is purely for the money. It is purely greed. That question I put to them, and I think you can read between the lines with the answers that were given.
I'm sorry if this is a bit of a crass question to ask, but it is essentially about the money. That's why you're here first and foremost, isn't it?
I made the decision, it was a decision between me and my wife and what's best for where I was right now, and you know, we're going to grab it and play, and yeah, and I'm a professional golfer, you know, this is decent money we're going to play for, so why not?
I've done well on the PGA Tour. Obviously, you all know that. Very thankful for what they've given me too. But this was, yeah, it's just something different. You know, I'm with Louis. I don't want to play golf for the rest of my life, you know, which I've felt like I was, you know, probably going to have to do.
You know, we're running a business here. You know, it's like the sacrifice that we make being away from our families 30, 35. You know, I hate using the word sacrifice. We're out here playing golf for a living. You know, it's a pretty sweet life, but still, you know, you're away from your family 30, 35 weeks a year. It has to be worth it financially. Otherwise, it's a big sacrifice that you're making for no return, you know. So you're always weighing up from a business point of view, what is the best financial outcome for me for my time spent.
There we go. The thoughts from your question there, Jamie. Right, no sign of Phil Mickelson today, is there? When can we expect to see him?
Yeah, Phil Mickelson, as I understand it, is literally mid-air as things stand at the moment. He's on a flight over from San Diego. He'll be touching down at Heathrow a little bit later on this evening and making his way straight to the draft. This is the other exciting thing that they're shouting from the rooftops about this week, that the players are drafted into these 12 teams of 4. So he'll be heading straight from the airport, straight to the draft this evening. Greg Norman will be there as well. He's not here today either. He's preparing for that draft. But Phil Mickelson will be facing the media tomorrow, and it'll be the first time in 4 months that anybody's heard head nor tail from one of the greatest players to have ever picked up a golf club. So that press conference tomorrow is going to be absolutely fascinating. We saw Phil Mickelson's statement yesterday where he spoke about the fact that he's been taking time in the game, away from the game. He's been having therapy. He spoke about how much money he's made in the PGA Tour, but this is the right time for him. He spoke about the fact that he's planning to play in the majors. We understand he's going to be at Brookline next week for the US Open as well, but it'll be fascinating to hear what he has to say in his press conference tomorrow. He opened up also to Bob Harrig from Sports Illustrated about his gambling problems, which is in this recent book written about Phil as well. And he said, I have lost an awful lot of money gambling, but we've drawn a line under that now, and I'm ready to move on with my life. I can imagine that press conference tomorrow with Phil Mickelson is going to be pretty spicy, Rob.
Look forward to that one. Jamie, thank you very much indeed.